Hey everyone, so today I'm here to do a kind of like a sombering, kind of a sad little video. As many of you know, some of my followers, if you follow me on any social media platform or in any of my YouTube videos, I've talked about that I'm originally from Sierra Leone, like I was born there. So if you haven't seen the devastating news that's been happening in Sierra Leone, I don't know if you're under a rock, but then again, I mean, it is getting some type of national coverage. I mean, like BBC America, of course, they will always cover it. CNN has covered it. I'm seeing it a lot more now, prominent in my social media timeline. So I do my best to kind of share more of the uplifting stuff, but more of the accurate information. I didn't share any of the videos or footage of the dead bodies. Like, I'm just not here for any of that. But anyways, if you haven't seen or heard, on Monday night there was okay, so in Sierra Leone we have two seasons, rain season and summer or whatever. So right now they are in the rain season, and there was a storm that came through, and there was a massive mudslide that destroyed a big part of Freetown region. I think it's called a Regent community. I can only remember Regent Road because my dad used to and my mom always talk about it. But I'm assuming that's what it is. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't quote me because I haven't been to Sierra Leone since I came to America in '92. Don't judge me. We're not here for judgments right now. But I do still have family. I have my brother back home. So when I saw it, of course, I called him to make sure he was okay. But a lot of people lost everything, their lives. I mean, there was like a news footage of a young girl, and out of 19 of her family members, only her and one more person survived, you know. And there were a lot of kids that lost their lives, and mind you, this happened overnight. So when it happened, a lot of people were already sleeping, so the chances of survival were already diminished because of that and the time that it happened. And then not having a lot of survival skills, well, not necessarily survival skills, because I feel like to live in Sierra Leone, to be a Sierra Leonean, you have to have a lot of survival skills. But you know, like in America, when something happens, there's like a plan that you put in place, like a safety plan of action. And I just don't think Sierra Leone has that in place. And a lot of the people that got affected, they were building their houses on top of the mountain area and hills. So of course, when the mud and everything came down, they got impacted. I mean, it's just that, like, I saw there was another article where this young girl was talking about her uncle and his wife who had just had a baby. The baby was like 2 weeks old, and you know, he got swamped by the mud, and he was trying to save his child and had the baby up in the air. And she's like, later you saw the baby with his thumb in his mouth. And I mean, it's just hearing some of the tragedies and the stories. It's just really sad. And you know, I don't know if I feel like God's trying to tell our people to just do better, work together better, you know, become more unified and do things as a unit and stop having a mentality of me, myself, and I. I mean, just 3 years ago, they battled Ebola, you know, and other countries suffered through the Ebola crisis, but Sierra Leone was the very last one to get through the whole the crisis. You know, so they had the Ebola, that was almost 3 years ago. Now they have this mudslide, and literally that was on Monday, and literally Tuesday or Wednesday there was a fire. And I'm just like, how much more can one place take? How much more can one group of people take? And you know, there are some people that are not that religious, but I feel like when things like this continue to happen, I feel like there is a bigger meaning behind it. And I'm not trying to say people are suffering on purpose, but I'm just saying, I just know Sierra Leoneans have a tendency to not really be united. You know, our country has so much potential, but I feel like the people are just worried about themselves. Like, and this is one of the bigger reasons why I really wish my dad was still alive, because I mean, I can't, you know, a lot of people have a lot of nice things to say about their parents, but one thing that my dad was known for was helping everyone. Like, he didn't care if helping you meant you were going to surpass him in any kind of way. He will lend you a helping hand. He will show you how to do something just to see that he was helping the next person and not ask anything in return. And I feel like our people are missing a lot of that. you know. So I don't know, I just feel like it's so much, it's just back to back to back tragedies, and I just think there is a bigger meaning behind it. And I could be wrong, I could just be reading into this a little bit too much, you know, but then again, I may not be wrong, you know. And another thing that I have a hard time with is like figuring out what are actual legitimate charities to contribute to, because, you know, I'm thinking about what happened with Ebola and how people contributed, but a lot, you know, the people never got the money, they never got the funds, they just didn't get what was sent to them. So that becomes really tricky. But there were a couple of people that I came across on social media and that have been vouched for in regards to helping. I know one of the person that I know that is currently there on the ground that's like helping is a friend of mine. Her name is Natasha. She runs the Miss SL pageant. I know currently they are all there in Sierra Leone, and they have been bringing in, like, you know, food, water and stuff, and distributing to the people. And if you contact her, you can find her on Instagram, you can find her on Facebook, but on the description box, and you know, so you can contribute to them. There is also another person. The person that's doing something is called, it's called African Cuisine. They're based out of Maryland, and actually tomorrow they're having a drive, like to collect disaster victims. They like clothing, non-perishable food, and school supplies, and they're doing it from tomorrow, August 19th, from 4 p.m. to 7:30, and it's at the Civic Center, 1 Veterans Place, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20910. I will also put this information on the description box, and I mean, any little bit goes a long way. And I know they're also doing the same company, African Cuisine is doing a not a GoFundMe, but something similar where you can donate. But if you live in the DMV area, you can definitely go out tomorrow to Silver Spring and donate some things. You know, we all got a lot of stuff that's just laying around. But I like seeing that there are a lot of people that are reaching out and helping. I wish it would get more national news. There are some countries that are helping. Guinea is helping majorly. I just hope this disaster opens up the Sierra Leonean community's eyes and just realize they need to do more things unified than divided, because that goes a long way. You know, sometimes you see, you know, other African nationalities like Nigerians, Ghanaians, I feel like they're also unified, and it's not always necessarily in a good way, but they do stuff together, they help promote each other's stuff, and you just don't really get that in the Sierra Leonean community. And I'm just being honest, like, you know. But I am hoping that any of you guys that are in the DMV area go out to that, or at least contact them to see how you can send something that will help those back home. I hope I see more Sierra Leoneans post videos just talking about it and showing and letting people know what in their area is being done to collect stuff to send. That would be really good. And if you are Sierra Leonean, hit me up, because I feel like I still don't know that many of us that are on the YouTube. I come across Ghanaians, Nigerians, everyone but Sierra Leoneans is like a sprinkle. It's not that many. But hopefully this video reaches someone, encourages someone to do something, or, you know, talk about a place or people that are trying to help back home in any way, shape, or form. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.